Good evening, everyone. It's your girl, Miss Afiya, the Diva. And of course, I said I was going to commentate almost every night about the DNC 2020 virtual um, convention. So tonight, our host was the beautiful, elegant Tracy Ellis Ross. I want that dress she had on. That was fabulous. And I like the fact that they are allowing so many different, even if they are celebrities, celebrities are humans too, people, and they can also advocate for things that us little people just can't. But tonight we officially have nominated Joe Biden to be our nominee to defeat Orange Aid. So I'm very excited about that. But the woman from North Carolina, I didn't catch her name, but that old lady, she said, Black women are the backbone of this party. And I've been doing this a long time, and I'm going to get out on these street corners and get people registered to vote. And I said, you know what? If she's in her old age and she is putting a mask on, what the fuck is wrong with me? So I'm going to get out here in the streets of Georgia and paint this little red state blue. Okay. But anyways, it wasn't a lot going on. I was wondering, I seriously have been wondering, I was like, because I haven't really been paying attention, because I really don't watch TV, because I really haven't watched TV in like the past 3 years for news. I get everything from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media basically, because I just can't watch what's going on with our country and how so divisive and this man is. And they just announced during the DNC, George Stephanopoulos saying he was out in Arizona again saying racist things and using racial slurs. And I'm just like, at what point is he just gonna stop? It's not cute. It's not funny. People are getting hurt. I don't know if it's still going on, but I know Asians were being attacked because he kept calling it the China virus. And idiots like rednecks and racists are too stupid to know the difference between, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, or whatever. But you still shouldn't be running up on anyone, okay? And telling them to go back to their country and it's their fault why we have a virus. No, the fault lies with someone who chooses to wear orange makeup every goddamn day and put on a goddamn fucked up toupee. Okay, that's where the fault lies. For some reason, he seems to think anything that anyone has accomplished that he didn't do, he's going to destroy it. Even if it means costing him favor with the people. I mean, your folk done jump ship. I mean, Colin Powell, he endorsed Hillary. Now he's endorsing Joe. I mean, what does that tell you? I mean, they still Republicans, but they just like, fuck it, we gonna go vote with the Democrats. I mean, what can you say? But on a different note, as many know, back in the day, I was in love with me some JFK Jr. And, I was very heartbroken when he died in that plane crash with his wife, Carol. What was her name? Caroline Bassett or something. Either way, Lord Jesus, that young man is handsome. He got all his looks from his grandma's side of the family, honey. Baby. I was like, Caroline, how old is little Jack? He looked just like his uncle. But Jill Biden, is a former educator, and dang, she taught in the 1950s. She don't look that old. God, dog. I think about all my educators. I think most of my teachers are probably deceased. Because I know Dr. Ferguson died back in 2017, and I know that Nettie Northington, who was my favorite 5th grade teacher, died right after I left Tulsa, probably in 2006. And I had no idea she was living right there in Tulsa. I would have loved to have seen her because she made me who I am as a person. And I so admire her. She was this tall woman, just beautiful and just a beautiful black woman who didn't take no shit from no one. But I hope that Jill Biden will step up as First Lady and advocate for educators to get more pay. Because from what I know about being the product of an educator, my mother is a retired school teacher. I have my great aunts and lots of people in my family who are educators, and it's just no real pay in that. And I always hear about teachers having to do side hustles, work during the summer when they're supposed to be down, having downtime, just to make up for it. So I'm really hoping that as First Lady, she'll advocate for educators. And then I like how they used their life story as a metaphor to talk about how they're going to bring America back together and repair the brokenness because of the coronavirus and the divisive nature of the current president. So I like that because, they're a blended family. Joe Biden's wife died in a car crash with his daughter. And then, she comes along, he's raising these two boys by himself, and they had to work it out. She said 26 years old. I never thought I would see that. But, have to, go through that. So I thought that was very nice. I hope that we can all get to the polls. I was very disappointed because I had cast the Facebook Live to my TV. And I was seeing the comments come up. And it was some chick named April Calderon and some dude named Ian Powell. I mean, at one point, April called Kamala a hoe. I reported her comment. That's why I tell everybody, y'all need to go in there and report her ass. That was just ridiculous. Like, you a woman, Susie, you really want to be called, you think she's a hoe? I mean, and then if it wasn't that, it was Bill Clinton and the fact that he's an alleged pedophile because he's associated with the pedophile of the king pedophile. What's his name? Jeff Epstein. I'm exhausted because y'all be focused on the wrong thing. Because, y'all act like Orangeade wasn't hanging out with Epstein. That's why Epstein is dead. Because let me tell you something. This mofo will set up people to get murdered, quite frankly. I mean, he allowed bounties to be placed on soldiers' heads. I believe he had that judge in New York who was ruling on a case that was involving him. He had her son. I think he was trying to kill her and the whole family, but they just managed to kill the son and almost gravely wound the husband. So he has no floor of depravity. There's no level to what he will stoop to. He'll go as low as he can possibly go. So get to the polls. Make sure, tell a friend, tell a can, tell that heifer you hate, as Alex Rogers would say, that you need to get to the polls and we need to vote. We fuck who you vote for at this point. I know where I'm going. Paint this town blue. So, but there wasn't a lot to comment on. It was a little bit more fiery the first time. It was good to see Jim Carrey. And is it Jim Carrey? Yeah. Hadn't seen him in a while. I guess they're not going to dig up John Edwards. Oh, that man is fine. Oh, he was fine back in the day. I remember I saw him. I was like, God damn, this is a beautiful white man. Little did I know he was out here riding around and getting it. Making babies while his wife was laying up there sick. I said, what could have been? Because I remember John Edwards had a great platform talking about there are two Americas, and it is. You got the poor and disenfranchised, which is what President Coronavirus preyed on. And then you have, the rich and the people who are out of touch, like Angry Wig, but he also knows how to stoop down and get these people to vote for him. But I think people are tired, and I think they realize, with the Voters' Rights Act, being torn apart. The post office did announce that those changes that they are not going to implement, but I'm like, it's too little too late unless you're going to bring back the blue boxes. And what sorters you have taken out, you're going to put those back. So at least I think the message has been received. I think that they realize we don't want to sacrifice our freedom and livelihoods for an orange thing. So So that's a good thing. And on a different note, outside from the DNC, y'all be praying for Miss Robbie from Sweetie Pies. A story has broken where her son Tim allegedly set up his own cousin to be murdered for a $450,000 payout on a life insurance policy. Pray for Miss Robbie. I have never really cared for Tim, but that is, how low can you go to kill your own cousin for a $450,000 gain? You are on a popular show. I'm sure they were being compensated. And I just can't imagine why you would kill, why? That just made no sense. So y'all just pray for Miss Robbie. I'm grateful to see that the Democrats, we will have Joe Biden going in there. California was trying to ride with Bernie Sanders, honey. The vote was almost 50-50. I think it was more like 55. What was that? 55, 50 basic. Well, I'm over 45. 55. It was almost a 50-50 split. I was just like, oh shit. But either way, I think that Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and a lot of the other people that are prominent in the Democrat Party, we'll probably see them again. So, maybe they're not going to be president, but maybe they'll be making changes in other ways. Beto, Julian Castro, I forgot the Asian man's name that was running for president. And, we see Kamala, she secured, the second top spot. So, I mean, you can't have it, we can't have it the way that we always want it, but we got to work with what we got. So just remember that too. But anyways, I got to finish pushing this stuff through so I can go get into bed. Diva down and Diva out. Good night.